And why do I like this turf type tall fescue from Titan GLX so much? First of all, this is a rhizomatous type turf type tall fescue. That means that this grass can spread as they have it here. It's a spreading. That's what the RTF stands for, rhizomatous turf type tall fescue. So this is a spreading fescue. And in addition to that, this also has increased drought resistance. And I do have a lot of it, and I'm putting this out. They say that your overseeding is between 4 and 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet, but a new lawn is between 7 and 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet. But today I want to talk about this turf type tall fescue. I went up to Justin Seed and I picked up 3 bags of this Titan GLX turf type tall fescue. And I also have some Barrenbrook still left over. I'm going to be putting this out, and I'm going to put it out early because we're getting early indications that fall may be coming early. One of the things y'all hear, I had no more squeaking on my gate because I fixed everything on it. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is overseeding, and I want to talk about what the process is going to be involved for myself. Now, when you overseed, there's also a thing called reseeding, also called a rejuvenation. Now, I'm totally against reseeding and rejuvenation. Usually that involves killing off the existing grass, whatever's there, and starting over all fresh again. That is the last thing that I want to do, and probably what anyone should do, because why kill off the grass that has established itself? All the grass that is here is fully established grass. I hadn't reseeded or overseeded or anything in 3 years. This is the 3rd year. So this is here. Why would I take that out? That'd be totally insane to take this grass out. So you leave it here and you overseed, and the difference is going to be the amount of seed that you use. As you can see here, this is the recommendations. It's 7 to 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And for overseeding, it's 4 to 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So you're roughly using half the amount of seed if you're going to overseed. And you're going to use double the amount of seed if you're going to start from scratch. So I'm never going to start from scratch ever again. There's still a process, and the process is fairly simple. Look, when you're getting ready to overseed, it is really, you can do it. It can be as simple or as hard as you want it to be. The simple way is just to fill up your spreader with seeds and throw it out. That is the easiest way, the most simplest way to seed your overseed your lawn. Now, you can take that up to several different notches, but it can happen with just simply spreading it out, similar to maybe putting out ryegrass. You don't have to go through some of the things that I'm about to tell you about. You can do that. And for the people who think that you won't get any germination, all I have to say to you is this: the weeds grow up, the annual weeds, they grow up, drop seeds, and they die. And then next year, the other seeds come about as new weeds. The thing about that is there's no dethatching, there's no aeration, there's no raking, no seed to soil contact stuff, none of that in that process. So if a plant could drop its seeds and it grow the next year, why can't you just drop your seeds and it grow the next year? And it will grow. The thing about it is the success or the amount of coverage that you may have may vary because you're just overseeding. So that's where the next step comes into play. Now, when you want to take it to the next step, that's where you got several things that you want to do. Number one, you're scalping the lawn, cutting the lawn down. For me, is the lowest possible on the last, getting it down to the last notch. Number two, there's a dethatching process in which I don't have a lot of thatch, but the reason why I don't have a lot of thatch is because I use a lot of organic material, organic fertilization, and I throw out microbes in the lawn. The microbes is what eat the thatch. I keep my lawn thriving with my microbes. I feed it all the time. I throw molasses out and I add biostimulants out. And I keep organic matter like compost, cow manure, chicken manure, even human manure with malorianite. So I keep organic matter in there. So I steady feed my microbes in the lawn, which in turn eat the organic matter that's in the soil, which keeps your thatch, because thatch is organic matter. So that's why I don't have a lot of need to rethatch or dethatch my lawn, is because I feed the microbes in the lawn constantly, as opposed to feeding only the grass with synthetic fertilizer. The next thing that I'm going to do is take my aerator out. I got a pull behind aerator. And with this aerator, I'm going to go over my lawn a gazillion times with this aerator. I'm going to aerate this lawn, get down below the top portion so I can have some air down there, and to be able to put some soil amendments down there, as well as the seeds and the fertilizers that I'm going to be using, which is going to be chicken manure. I want to be able to get more of that down there. So if I aerate, I'm going to have a better chance, better seed to soil contact. That's just a whole other level up from just throwing seeds out there. So after I get this thing aerated, that's when I'm going to go ahead and do some soil amendments, which is going to be adding my carbon. I'm going to add a lot of carbon to the lawn, and that's like Carbon Pro G. I'm going to get that into the lawn. I'm going to add my seeds after that, and then after that, I'm going to do more soil amendments, which is also going to help the grass germinate. That's when I'm going to do my compost and my peat moss. I'm going to be putting peat moss, which is going to help the soil. So the carbon in the soil is going to help maintain the nutrients. It's going to raise my CEC, which is cation exchange capacity. Is going to raise that up. It's going to be able to maintain more of the fertilizer that you put out, so you don't have to fertilize. So I'm going to do this. I don't fertilize with any granular fertilizer. And when I do it, it's in the beginning of the season. I'm using manure, chicken manure, as the main component. And that is only once a year. The rest of the year, I'm only relying on my grass clippings and the compost that I have put out in the lawn. I don't fertilize. So it's very hot here. We're going to have an unseasonably cool down here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do step one, which is I'm just going to cut the grass. I'm going to throw out a ton. I'll probably put out the barren brug. I'm going to throw that barren brug out just to have them this is a pre-seeding, I guess. I'm going to throw that out. We're going to see how the weather is going to do. And if we continue to get just cooler temperatures in the highs and 80s, the low 80s, I'm going to continue on with that. I'm going to water it, and then I'm going to do another overseed with the GLX. That's trying to make sure I don't waste that GLX seed that I have. I'm going to wait till it's a little bit cooler on a regular basis to drop that in. But I'm going to go and take advantage of the cooler weather just in case it just stays cool for a moment. So I'm going to be putting the GLX out. I'm still going to do the soil amendments with the Carbon Pro G and the peat moss. I'm going to throw that out there, and my Tenacity is what I'm going to be running every 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to be dropping that tenacity down to keep the poannual germination at bay and other weeds from coming up, while giving my grass seed the ability to grow and thrive without the competition of weeds. So that's the game plan here. Again, this is 3 years without any overseeding. So I'm looking forward to having this lawn back the way it's supposed to look and having the videos to support everything that I have. So like and subscribe to my channel so you can check and see the progress, the success, and the failures as I've been doing over the last 6-7 years for you guys. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to try to take advantage of the early cool down, get some seeds out in the yard, and you see the pile of wood over there. I got a total remodel going on at the same time, so I'm very busy. So here we are with step number 1, which is to get the grass cut. I usually go with the lowest level that I can get, but this is cut with the riding mower, so my push mower can get even lower. But I wanted to show you there's still some green inside this Bermuda grass. So I'm going to hit it with triclopyr. I'm going to hit it with tenacity. I'm also going to hit it again with the fusilade. But you know what? Because there's not much fescue in any of this, I'm going to go ahead and use the glyphosate also. Go ahead and hit it hit it hard. I want this Bermuda pretty much out of here. And next year, I should be able to keep it under control with the same herbicides that I mentioned before. But right now, there's too much green in it. It's just taking its time to die. And I'm thinking because the grass was so tall, I couldn't get the chemicals down to the green parts. So I should have cut this long before now and then applied the herbicides again. But since I don't have much Bermuda in this, or much fescue here to try to save, I'm just going to take all this area out with glyphosate and then the other areas over there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that knocked out so that next year I won't have a big battle, and I should be able to keep it under control using the fusilade and the triclopyr. I should be able to have that under good control next year if I knock it down pretty good. So that's what's going on with that. So I've got the grass cut, and I got to clean this up. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back with my aerator. And I'm also want to show you why there's no need to dethatch my lawn, because I keep the microbes in my lawn at a high level. I constantly feed the microbes in my lawn, which in turn eat the thatch. And look at all the leaves that I have. All the leaves on all these trees being dropped here, and I never once picked any of them up. I mulched all of them. So that's a ton of organic material that if I had been using synthetic fertilizer, I wouldn't have enough microbes to get rid of all of this stuff. So I'm gonna get off in here, and it's not much thatch at all. I don't have a lot of thatch. That's one of the advantages of using organic fertilizers and using the biostimulants. That's the kelp. That's the humic acid I use. One big help is also the molasses that I use the fish fertilizers, and I use like human poop or chicken manure, cow manure. I use those type of fertilizers for my lawn. That controls my thatch. And like I said, I do have a dethatcher, the one that it's an electric one. It does a great job, but I just don't have much thatch to deal with, and I never, ever since I stopped the organic fertilizers, my thatch issues have gone away. So all I need to do now is just aerate. And this is what I'm using for my aerator right here. It's gonna grow a lot of weeds over here. I should need to come over here and spray this stuff. But this is my aerator. It's a pull behind aerator. All I need to do is drop some bricks on here, and then I'm just gonna pull this around pull this behind the riding more. Do a considerable amount of passes so I can get thousands of holes out there. And while I'm at it, this is the Bermuda lawn. Everything is going good with this. I'm going to, I don't need to dethatch this because I got some type of vermin out of here that's digging holes everywhere. I don't even need to aerate all these holes everywhere in my lawn. It's crazy.